We're going to be creating a table in Excel. So remember that a table has rows and columns and has a border around the outside of it as well as around each cell within the table. So a while back we did an experiment which was heating water with a Bunsen burner and measuring its temperature over time every 2 minutes. So like all good tables, a table should have a heading. So I'm going to place that heading in now. So change in temp and put degree symbol in. So we go up to insert symbols and I'm going to choose, oh, wrong one, this one, and we'll insert that. Degrees Celsius of water heated by a Bunsen burner over 20 minutes. Okay, so now we've got a heading. I might select our two columns and I'll resize those so that the heading fits over both columns. And I'm going to merge that cell. So I've got the home, and I'm going to go to merge and center, and I'll click that. I might do a bit of extra formatting there too. I'll bold, and let's make it a little bigger. So I've got to change the size of these columns again. But we've got a heading now that if someone came along and knew nothing about our experiment, they'd know what the data in this table was all about. So now we put our column headings in. So time, minutes, because that is the independent variable, and the dependent variable is the temperature change. And I'm going to have to insert again. I could have just copied what the degree symbol that I did earlier, but wouldn't hurt to show you one more time how to insert that symbol. And degrees Celsius, oh yep, temperature, degrees Celsius. Going to also format these, so back to home, I'll bold and I'll center both of those. Now, time to put our times in. So it was every 2 minutes. We had a starting temperature, well, starting time, 0 minutes. And I could just go through and go 2 and then 4, or 4, and then 6, not going so well, 6 and 8, but that's a bit of a hassle. So what I can do instead is I can press equals, which means make this cell equal to something, and I want it to equal the cell above it. So I'm going to click the cell above it, and I want equal to the cell above it plus 2. And I'll press enter, and you can see that it is now 2 more than the cell above. And I can just drag that down. It'll copy the formula, and it's referential, which means that it references the cell above the one that that you're looking at. So this next one, so this one here, it's going to look at cell A8, or A8 rather, this one up here, and then add 2 onto it. So I can just drag that down until I have 20 minutes. Okay, and I'll put in the temperatures that were recorded in the experiment, and these just have to be entered because they were empirically derived, which means experimentally derived, just a fancy word, meaning the same thing. And the rest of these was 100. If I was just to drag that down, you see that just copied that 100. I didn't have to retype it all the time. So I'm going to center this now. So table looks nice. It's ready for almost ready for publishing. I'm going to select all of these cells as well, because I'm going to need some borders now. So I'll go up to this cell here, or this control up here in the ribbon, and it says it's on bottom border at the moment. I don't want that. I want all borders. So I'm going to click that, and you can see that we've got borders right throughout the table. And if you wanted a really bold striking border around the outside of it, you can also select all of that. I'll go down, and you can see the effect of that. Okay, so what we've got now is a table that has rows, columns. It has a heading that describes what this is all about, what this experiment's all about. It's got column headings, which just tell us what the data is in each of those columns. They've got units, and this table is complete. We can go ahead and make a graph of this information if we wish now. One other thing to point out is that you could go up to select all of that and format the cells, and you could change fonts. You can do a lot of the other things here. You can color the insides of the cells. You can do a whole heap of other formatting that way, but this is good enough for our purposes for today. So thanks for watching.